Agitation started by the major hero called Odumegwu Ojukwu back in the 60s. And when he saw that vision and he embarked on it, many of his people, which happen to be our own people, did not see the vision which he saw then. And there came a Yoruba man, made some statements to my own hearing. He said it particularly, this thing took place at Ojodu local government, Okera, Ogba, Ikeja, Lagos. The young man said that Igbos has a vision that they used to see things before the thing happens. That how he wished that the Yorubas, the Oduduwa, will see that kind of vision ahead of the way Igbos are seeing it. But few reason with some, because he gave some reasons. Few accept why few oppose it. But me being a Biafra man, I have to kind of keep quiet. Now, Ojukwu started it. After some years, another man emerged called Owazurike, which by the grace of God, I love that spirit and I love that heart. I grabbed the spirit, and which by the grace of God, as at that time, that was during Obasanjo regime, I grabbed the spirit and I joined the Masop team as at that time, the Masop. Now it has changed to IPOP. Then it was called Masop. So we started, of which from here in Ogba, I trek to my two. Do you know what that means? I trek, I didn't enter transport. We trek, not only me. We all trek down to my two to go and visit our leader, then Owazurike. But along the line, some things came up which made Owazurike to a kind of going back, withdraw. And we were like, what is going on? We don't really understand. So later we heard the news, Obasanjo intercepted, arrested him from there, they sought to themselves, and the matter died off. So when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started 1999, actually as at that time, nobody really know who Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is. And which he happened to meet some elders of the Igbo land. And they were like, drop this agitation, you will not achieve anything from it. And the next thing, they began to ask him, what is your aim in this and what do you intend to achieve? Why can't you come up in a dialogue? And he took the matter to Ohaneze in the Igbo. Then which Ohaneze brought out some issues of negotiation. Then he asked them questions as at that time. When did the Biafran war took place? And we have been in one spirit of togetherness, unionism, and all the promises, the vow that federal government of Nigeria has been promising, have been saying concerning Biafra. Till date, they have not attended to it.
Not even one.
Not even one. They have not done anything. They are only saying it. They have not done anything. And which I vividly remember during Obasanjo regime, the late Aton Zerebe brought a case up into the house of how to develop Eastern region, especially that Niger bridge water, so that ship can as well come in, which they turned the table, the request down, they throw it away. Then he now asked them if he can use his own money, which they denied him. I'm making this point, thank God Obasanjo is still alive. Aton Zerebe is no more. Ask, verify. So, and after this, when this young man came up, I didn't believe him anyway, as at the beginning. But because I believe that he was going to play the same game like Owazurike. But when I now saw the difference between him and Wazirike, that spirit of Ojukwu, you know, I told you that Biafra is a spirit. He entered from Ojukwu, he left, he entered Wazirike. Now he left Wazirike. Now he entered Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. So when I saw that spirit, I know that this is spirit and it's on the move. Now, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, thank God Obasanjo is still alive. I saw it in Punch newspaper and I saw it in The Nation. Some newspaper carried, which Obasanjo said. I think that statement was based on the first arrest of this young man called Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He said now that he himself, being Obasanjo, have seen that Igbos have gotten a leader. That was his statement. He said now Igbos have gotten what? A leader. In other words, that they took some things to him to negotiate with him. They kind of to give him some portions in Nigeria. Probably, I don't know, he didn't specifically said what happened there. Maybe oil or some other items.
He rejected it.
He rejected, which that is what I'm saying, which he rejected. That was when Obasanjo made this statement. Now I have seen that Igbos has gotten a leader. So on that process, the spirit kept on vibrating. It got to a point, the spirit now connect with Abaribe, the senator, one of the senators of the Southeast that time. It connected with him. The man reasoned with what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was saying. That was why he came as one of the people that bailed him out. And I remember before he left the Senate house, he came into the house with a cloth being circled that the Igbos are a dot, a symbol of the president, the president as at that time, his statement. So he came to the house with that dot, a symbol signifying his heart core. Now, after that, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was released on a bail time, which stated one of his stated that he must not address more than 10 persons. And you know, under the UN law, you must be popular before you can be able to fight for the freedom of your people. That was the strategy which Nigeria, Obasanjo in a way, visionalized it. Because I could remember as at that time, he warned Buhari not to pay attention to this young man.
Exactly.
He warned him, but he refused out of ignorance and out of illiteracy. Yes, out of ignorance and out of illiteracy. So on this note, he went ahead to the point of Operation Python Dance, which triggered to what is happening today in the life of every citizen of the Biafra, even the unborn children. Now, their head, their mind, everything about them is focused on nothing but Biafra.
God bless you.
Now, after that Operation Python Dance, and they even intend to kill Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, only God knows how he escaped. Of which he went to an exile, just as this young man is now. He went to an exile, continue preaching the message of Biafran freedom, freedom of his people, freedom of my beloved ones, whom I have come to sacrifice myself for. Now, they now believe, as Nigeria, that they must cop him and cop everything. I will not forget Lai Mohammed, which was the Nigerian Minister of Information, announced it that any country that helped them to kidnap Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that they will pay them 100 million naira or dollars. And I stand to be corrected on this area. So after that, which Kenya, as at that time, the president collided with Nigeria to carry out the kidnapping case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. So when they finally kidnapped him, they ended up in the police and ended up in the DSS, in the court. Now the spirit now left Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That's why I say it is a spirit. He left Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and he located Simon Akpa with 1,000 men wisdom. with what? 1,000 men wisdom. So where Ojukwu could not reach, Uwazurike have created the awareness to us, the unborn children, when Ojukwu time took place. So he created the awareness to us. Now, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu now enhance it. You understand? To give us better balance in both international bodies, those that did not believe, and both to local here that did not believe, they begin to see the reason, the importance of it. And the next thing, the spirit now left him now, move now to catch up with somebody else again who happened to be a full citizen of Nigeria, who even won medals for Nigeria. To show the love he has for Nigeria, despite the fact that he's a Biafran, he showed love for using the flag of Nigeria internationally in sport. He won medal for Nigeria. And because of the treatment and the maltreatment, the hatred that they have against the Biafrans, the young man decided to drop every medal which he won with the Nigerian flag. He dropped it and he returned it back to Nigeria. I don't need it because I need to face my people. And that is why today, him have taken the case in another level. Now, let's go to the biblical aspect of it. The Bible said that Joseph, a king, King Pharaoh, in the book of Genesis, chapter 41, had a dream. When he had a dream, he need an interpreter, which both the sorcerers, no one could interpret. Then one of the cupbearers now reminded the Pharaoh that, I had somebody in the prison, who can interpret this dream, because the case has become too critical that it warrants life to go. So and nobody wants to die. Nobody wants to die. In order for their own safety, recommendation was made, and that recommendation was the recommendation of who? Joseph, that was thrown in the prison uncalled for, just like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is in DSS uncalled for. Now, notwithstanding, after that dream, I just want to summarize. I'm cutting it off. I don't want to go in full details. So after that, then the Messiah over that dream was brought out of the prison, interpreted the dream, and the Pharaoh was like, being a wisdom man who never want to suffer in the next 7 years of scarcity. A wisdom man, and now said, you that have the grace to interpret this dream, then I hand it over to you to manage it. Then after that, that was what happened, to cut that side off. Then the Bible said in the book of Exodus, chapter 1 rather, to start from verse chapter 1. The Bible said, there arose another Pharaoh who know not Joseph. Who know not what? Joseph. And he said unto the people that they have seen that the Jewish, the Israel in our land are waxing strong. They are growing faster. And one day our enemy may come and they will join our enemy to fight us. On that note, every male child being born by any Jewish woman should be murdered. But there is something I want you to understand. I want to chip in. When grace speaks, the protocols of a king will be broken. So on this note, they began to carry out, and that was the period that Moses was born. So Moses was supposed to be part of the people that are supposed to be eliminated, but grace speaks for him. And the Bible said that his mother hid him for 3 good months, and which she could not continue again. She went to the riverside and prepare another ark, because we have 2 types of arks that float in the river. That Noah ark and Moses ark. Then he float on the river. Then the princess, Pharaoh's daughter, came to take her bath. There he saw it, and she knew. For you to see, it is a spiritual freedom that comes from spiritual. You cannot hinder it physically. She knew it. She said, based on her statement, I know that this child is from the Hebrew. She knew it, and the law was that any of the male child should be killed. But instead of the idea of killing Moses, she preferred adopting Moses as her own son. You see God in action. I don't know if you are getting it. So after adopting Moses, the mother too was the one that trained Moses, that nurtured Moses. And see, information from the mother is very, very important to the life of every human being. Good information. The mother made him to understand that these people are not your people. Your people are the one that is suffering. They are suffering there. Are you getting it? Glory be to God. He grew up with it. With that youthful exorbitant, he murdered one Egyptian that exposes him. From there, he ran away to the Midianite. There he married a Midianite lady. Are you getting it? From there, in a garden, a mountain, a city called Horeb. Horeb is a place, is a land whereby God intercepts with men, where God encounter with men. Is a place where God called his own choosing, his own appointed, the one that he have already ordained from the mother's womb. So when he called him there, he said, go to Egypt. Moses was like, why should I go to it? He said, go, it is time. For I have heard that Exodus chapter 3, if you read from verse 7, the Bible says, for I have surely seen the affliction of my people that are in Egypt. So I am sending you to go and deliver them. Which Moses was afraid. But when the appointed time came, he said, Father, give me a sign if I should go. He gave him a sign. And after giving him a sign, he went. He said, go and meet the elder. And that is where the name came up. If you go there, tell them, I am that I am. Abu mi hembo. Send me. And which he went and he told the elders. Many did not believe him, just like in Nigeria today. You know, Mazen Nnamdi was approved and sent by God. And that was why Nigeria did not have ability to kill him, because they have tried many places to take his life. And they did not succeed. Because he was sent. He's a God sent. I am relating it. I want to balance it with the Bible. He was a God sent. So Moses was sent. And with the signs, with the wonders, which he performed in the land of Egypt for the Egyptian pharaohs and the Egyptian people to see. But due to God's name need to be glorified, God hardened the heart of the Pharaoh. And that is what is happening in Nigeria. A time is coming. That very day is coming, whereby what happened in Egypt will happen in Nigeria. Because Pharaoh came after the reason that in the book of Exodus chapter 14, he said, now you can go. After the death of every first son of the Egyptian, both to the animal and man. It's a long story, but I'm just cutting it off. So after that, Pharaoh was like, how can I let these people go? Who will farm? Who will crop? Who will till the ground for us? Who will cut the fingernail? Who will bet me? Who will take me to river? Who will decorate my house? Who will sweep it? On that note, he said, I must not leave these people. I will continue to enslave them. Listen to me and listen good. You cannot continue to enslave the Biafrans. You cannot continue to enslave the children of the Most High. You cannot continue to enslave the chosen ones of the Lord. We are chosen from our mother's womb. Even before we are yet born, we are already ordained prophets and prophetess and ministers of the Most High God. Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5. Are you hearing me? So that is what, like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that is what Simon Akpan. You know, sometimes men, we do not actually know whom we are until the appointed time, just like Moses. So today, Nigeria are suffering the Igbos, thinking that they are suffering Igbo. They don't know that they are giving us a better training for what is going to come today. Today, they are calling on us to come and support them in the military, because in the military, they have paralyzed, they have collapsed. They don't have anything again. They don't have what it is strength. Go and check in the status of Nigeria as a whole. Go and check. In the military now, they are begging us to join. In the police now, they are begging us to join. In everything now, they are begging us to join. Look at the protest, because Igbos did not involve in that process. Did they have head? No. Economically, in the leadership, Igbos have not been there. Look at how Nigerian economy is crumbling. So anything beside the Igbos, anything that silent Igbos, you are silencing tomorrow leaders, tomorrow futures, success, progress, even your pride is what you are sidelining by sidelining the Igbo man.